called FrostGuard. And basically what it does is it goes over your windshield. And so on a snowy day, when you go back out to your car, you're just rolling it off instead of standing there scraping, using your muscles, crying if you're me because you're so cold. And the best part is it rolls up so compactly that you can keep it in your car, and it only costs $26.98. In fact, if you're looking for a few great gifts, check out your Easy Pay because your monthly payments are $6.75. So now it's a gift for mom, it's a gift for dad, it's a gift for the 16-year-old who drives a car, it's a great gift for the coworkers because everybody will be thanking you come wintertime when they are no longer standing at their car in knee-deep snow. Instead, they're getting out of the parking lot and headed home to a fire. Scott Hind, he's responsible for keeping our skin beautiful in the winter with humidifiers.
And your car beautiful.
Yes, he's
that's
also
it. Yeah.
keeping our car beautiful. So, Scott, 1.7 million spoken for since FrostGuard debuted.
Yes,
because nobody knew we actually could have a device to keep us easier getting in our cars.
Yeah, and it's simple. I mean, at its heart, it's a 30-second solution to a 30-minute problem. So here we are at 7:30 in the morning in the East Coast, about 6:30 in the morning in the Midwest where they're getting pummeled with snow right now. What's the biggest problem? It's cold out. You want to get going somewhere. You don't want to be hung up, whether you're going home from work or going to work. You don't want to get hung up. So guess what? This keeps you from getting hung up. Nothing worse than coming out to a ½ an inch of ice or 8 inches of snow on your windshield. Now with the FrostGuard, in less than 30 seconds, you peel it off.
Look at that.
Your windshield's clean, it's clear, and what that means, Amy, is your car's ready to go when you're ready to go.
I love it. Look, there's some color choices, so let me come back over to Scott. A feature price, an Easy Pay that lets you do several of them for monthly payments of as little as $6. So you need 2 gifts, you're talking about a $12 payment. That's awesome. But let me go through all your choices here because there's something for the guy, there's something for the gal, something for the old, and something for the young. I mean mature and young. Let's
Either
go.
way, it's fine.
Either way, okay.
And for everything in between.
So black is your first option. That's an everybody gift, right? Then over here is your camo. I know camo, even in the world of fashion, forgive me, Scott, for turning this into a fashion presentation,
no.
but it's huge right now. I even carry an Amy Kestenberg camo diaper bag.
If you don't mind, for 1 second, I was going to interrupt you because I thought you were going to go guys with this. So like, no, that's a fashion statement. So
Camo.
you're right, that's guys and gals.
Here's your blue. It's called deep blue, to be exact. Then you've got your beautiful crimson red. Here is your eggplant, and then over here is your olive. And they all have a case. So just like my red one is in a case, that's how they'll come shipped to you.
Yeah, and it's so simple. That's why it makes such a fantastic gift. This isn't one of those things that you'll give to somebody and they'll look at it and be like, what's that? Or put it on the shelf and they don't use it. Not only will you get a big thank you for giving the gift, but the very first time they use it, you'll get that call. And it might be at 6:13 in the morning, but you'll get that phone call. It's like, this is the most awesome thing I've ever used because everyone knows what it's like. Everyone knows that feeling. Like you're looking at your windshield like, scraping, knuckle breaking, swearing, here it comes, I don't want any part of this. But when you have the FrostGuard, it eliminates that problem and it eliminates it quickly.
Well, real quick before we show you the quality of the product, I just want to go to a size chart.
Sure.
It really does feel like I'm doing a fashion show. Different cars are different sizes, but this one's a very easy decision to make.
Amy, it's so important. More important than getting one is getting the right one. So if you have a Jeep Liberty or a Honda CR-V all the way down to a sedan or a Mini, please, please, please get the standard. The proper fit is the proper function. You only want the XL if you have, for example, like a Grand Cherokee or an Explorer all the way up to a Tundra, Sequoia, or F-150 or Odyssey minivan. The proper fit's the proper function. The same way you wouldn't get a king-size sheet to fit a twin-size bed just because you get more material, that concept applies here.
Awesome, 4 easy payments of $6.74. So if you're at home thinking, well, what is it, just a sheet over my windshield?
No.
You could not be more wrong.
Here's why it works and works really well. Like I said, it works well because it's made well. First thing you'll notice, 600D polyester. Think military grade tent material. You can beat on this all day long. It won't tatter, it won't fray. It'll look like this beautiful camo for years to come. But the real key to the technology is back here, Amy. The thickest PVC lining we've ever offered. It resists the snow, the ice, the slush, the mud. All it's going to do is keep that stuff off your windshield, and I'll prove it to you. Here's a dry piece of construction paper. I'm going to cover it with the FrostGuard. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it with some of the elements. First thing I'm going to cover it with is snow. I'll take that, I'll pour a bunch on there, I'm going to put it over the same piece of construction paper and mash it in. Now what I'll do, Amy, is I'm going to take some water to really simulate the elements. First thing you'll notice is the water beads up and pours right off the front of the FrostGuard. That's exactly what you want to see. It's not soaking in, it's not permeating down into the windshield. Now, second thing you'll notice is this piece of paper now is soaking wet and discolored. So that means if even one drop or flake got through the FrostGuard, we would see it. bone dry. And what that means to you, Amy, and that means to all of you watching right now in the morning, is your windshield's ready to go, your car's ready to go when you're ready to go.
Gosh, I mean, snow is heavy. Ice is really nasty to try and get off the windshield. I know I'm 36 years old and I don't believe in monsters, but somehow at 5 o'clock in the morning when it's still really dark, I find myself trying to get the snow off and check my back for something creepy to come out of the woods. I can't help myself.
You couldn't be more right, because this is solving a problem that occurs when you're at your worst. When you're cold, you're tired, you're angry, and you just want to get somewhere. And it could be going home at night from work, after a long day of work, or you're picking up the kids or whatever it is, and you just want to get home.
Right.
And there's the thing that's getting between you and home is half an inch of ice and 20 minutes of scraping. When you have the FrostGuard and you just peel that away, you hear that crinkle, 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 and your windshield's clear, you couldn't possibly be any happier.
You know, and when we say go home from work, for most of us it's a 9 to 5 job, so getting to the parking lot at work is 5 p.m. But what about all those friends and loved ones who leaving for work means getting to the parking lot at 3 o'clock in the morning?
It's a safety issue. Maybe you know someone like us who works shift work, someone who's a nurse, or someone who's maybe a waitress, or a young woman in your life that you don't want them standing in a parking lot for 20 minutes. This is a safety feature. And speaking of features, this is the most fully featured FrostGuard we've ever offered here at QVC. So if you don't mind, if I can run you through a couple of the improvements, that'd be great. 1,000 orders now
placed though, so don't wait. Get on those phone lines. It's a smart, simple gift for everybody.
Before this year, we sold over 1 million FrostGuards. That became a 1 million person focus group who said, we love this, but can you do some more things for us? First and foremost, can you make the strap stronger? Especially for those really cold winter states like Michigan, North Dakota. Yes, twice as strong as any straps we've ever offered. They'll take a beating and they'll stay in place.
Awesome. Second
thing we did was, they said, can you make it bigger, each size? And we did. We added a 2-inch band to the bottom, which is 120 square inches of coverage. But what you're covering now, Amy, is both the wipers and the vents, which is super important because people put their windshield wipers vertically and then they snap them down. Well, guess what? You just broke the blade. So long about April, when the water's smearing across your windshield. Why? Because you broke it earlier, not with the FrostGuard. And then finally, over on your side, Amy, there's a little panel. I'm gonna pull this quick as we come in here. I want you to see that there's a little panel that's stuck in the door. It's got a fiberglass dowel rod in it that's not gonna go through the jamb. That's our new security feature. So as I lean on this, I'm gonna pull on it. It is not going anywhere.
You're
the car is
moving.
Now, I'm not petite like you. Guys like me like a nice cheeseburger now and then, so I'm well over 200 pounds. I can't budge this out of the car. And what that really means is, we heard from you, said we want to be able to use this at the mall. We want to be able to use this at the grocery store. What this is, it's going to be waiting for you when you get back, but working for you while you're gone.
Awesome.
It's a great practical gift.
Can I just show the colors one more time, and I'll say them from here. You've got your camouflage, your black, your deep blue, crimson, olive, and eggplant. They're all down here in this little barrel. Scott, it's an awesome gift. Easy pay is $6.75. Anyone who owns a car can get one, yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
Just don't forget, we also offer mirror covers, so you can get those too.
See it?
It makes it even better and easier to get out.
Awesome. I tried to get out of the way, but I was scared I was going to get snow on my dress. B33445. Don't miss what we have coming up at the end of the show, the iRing. Watch how it transforms your phone. And in the meantime, go play some games with Gabrielle.
All right, Amy, we're waiting for you. You need to come and get your name on the leaderboard for the FlashPad Infinite. This is a touchscreen electronic game that has quickly become